welcome, friend. I'm so glad you've arrived at this gentle moment. If you're holding something deep that you've never shared out loud, if the weight inside feels too personal to explain, if your healing journey feels like it's been delayed or hidden, you're in the right place. This prayer was created with softness in mind, for the wounds that don't make it into conversation, for the emotions buried too long, and for the parts of you that silently ask God for help. Let's begin together. God, heal what I don't talk about. God, you see me, all of me, not just a version I show to the world or the one I manage to describe in prayer, but the whole truth of who I am. You see the things I haven't spoken out loud, the emotions I can't quite name, the memories I avoid, the fears I try to bury, the pain I've normalized. And yet you stay. You draw near. You don't flinch at my discomfort. You don't pull away from the things I hide. You sit with me in silence and wait for me to breathe. You wait for me to let you in, not because you don't already know, but because you want me to feel safe enough to hand it over. There are wounds I've covered with smiles, pains I've wrapped in productivity, fears I've disguised as strength. I've learned to function while carrying invisible burdens, but I don't want to just function anymore. I want to be free. So here I am, still learning how to talk about the things that hurt, still unsure how to explain it all. But I know this, I trust you. I trust that you know what to do with the feelings I don't understand. I trust that you can hold the weight I've carried for too long. I trust that you're not waiting for a perfect explanation. You're just waiting for honesty. God, I'm tired. Not just physically, deeply. Tired in the parts of me I've ignored. I'm weary from pretending it doesn't matter, from pushing through without pause. I'm worn from carrying pain that I didn't even realize was still with me. I need you to come close, closer than my fear, closer than my defense mechanisms, closer than the lies I believed about myself, closer than the silence I've used to protect myself. Come into the quiet corners where my hurt still lingers, where shame whispers that I'm too much, where disappointment has settled in like dust, where grief has built a home. Come and breathe life into those places. Touch the wounds I haven't named, the heartbreak I couldn't admit, the comparisons that left me feeling small, the words that scarred me, the decisions I regret, the emotions I didn't give myself permission to feel. Touch it all with your tenderness. I don't need fast healing. I need true healing. I don't need you to rush through the pain. I need you to walk with me through it. Teach me how to sit with my sadness without judgment. Teach me how to grieve the things I lost. Teach me how to forgive myself for the ways I tried to cope. Help me release the pressure to always be okay, to always be composed, to always have answers. I don't want to hide anymore. I don't want to carry my pain in secret. I want to be open with you, even if the words come slowly. Show me that you're not only the God of breakthroughs and miracles, but also the God of quiet repair, the God who meets me in the stillness, who sits with me while I cry, who doesn't interrupt my sorrow, but holds it gently until I'm ready to speak. Remind me that I'm not weak for needing healing. I'm not broken beyond repair. I'm not unlovable because of my hidden battles. I'm human, and you love humans, messy, hurting, growing humans like me. Thank you for seeing me so clearly and still calling me worthy. Thank you for being patient while I learn to name what hurts. Thank you for holding space for the parts of me I've ignored. Thank you for waiting with me while I learn to let go. God, I'm still learning how to feel safe in my own skin, how to stand in front of the mirror and not flinch, how to stop replaying the memories that bring back shame. You never asked me to be flawless. You asked me to come close. You never required perfection. You just asked for honesty. And so I'm here with all the parts of me ashamed, silent, weary, guarded, still choosing to draw near. There are words I wish had never been spoken over me, names I was called, moments I was made to feel small. I've carried those echoes inside. Let them shape the way I see myself. Let them dictate how much joy I allow into my life. But no more. With you, I begin again. Reteach me who I am. Remind me that I am not defined by the moments that hurt me. I am not labeled by the worst things that happened. I am not frozen in past pain. I am not the failure I feared I would become. I am yours, loved, redeemed, seen. Heal what I've hidden from others, and maybe even from myself. Heal the silent griefs, the disappointment I didn't cry over, but still carry. The childhood pain I dismissed, but never released. The betrayal I downplayed, but never forgot. You saw it all. You knew I wasn't okay, even when I convinced myself I was. And you stayed. I ask you now to touch every corner of me that has waited in silence for healing. Not just physical places, emotional ones, spiritual ones, mental ones. Heal what trauma fractured. Heal what anxiety disrupted. Heal what shame distorted. Heal what fear tried to control. Even if no one else understands the depth of what I carry, I know you do. You understand the nights I couldn't sleep, the moments when my chest tightened with unspoken pain, the times I smiled while sinking inside. You were there. You are here. And you're not leaving. Help me to believe that healing is not only possible, but promised. That I don't have to keep carrying the weight alone. That I don't have to make sense of everything before I surrender it. That my tears are not a weakness, but a release. Let your presence reach into every hidden wound and begin soft repair. Let it be gentle. Let it be real. Let it be deep. Speak life into the places I wrote off as too broken. Speak comfort into the places I pushed aside. Speak grace into the places I've been punishing myself. Speak hope into the places I've been afraid to revisit. You are not in a hurry, and I don't need to be either. You're walking with me through healing. You are teaching me to breathe again, trust again, feel again, forgive again. God, I give you the version of me that's still learning how to show up. I give you the pieces I usually hide. I give you the version of me that cries behind closed doors, that smiles to avoid questions, that changes the subject when it gets too real. That version is safe with you. Thank you for not rushing my process. Thank you for not shaming me when I shut down. Thank you for being the kind of God who sees beyond performance and touches the parts of me that ache. Even now, I feel your nearness, not because the pain is gone, but because I know I'm not alone in it anymore. If this prayer reached into a place you rarely let others see, know that it was meant for you. You are seen, held, and being healed. Let this be the beginning of deeper restoration. If you found peace or comfort here, subscribe and walk with us as we keep creating prayers, psalms, verses, and messages to help you reconnect with God. Your quiet healing matters to Him, and you are never beyond His reach. Amen.